Well, remarkably, I am back at the beach before a hurricane hits Tampa again. But today I want to talk about cortisol and stress. Let's take a walk. Okay, one of the reasons you want to drive fast is because it puts you in a sleep metabolism. As you can see in this chart, during sleep and leading into sleep, your cortisol levels go down. When you expect to wake up, they raise in your body and wakes you up. Because the cortisol is made in the adrenal glands. And because of that, in a drive fast, you put them to sleep. So they tend to make a lot less cortisol. And that's good, because cortisol is one of the things that is really damaging. It's a lifesaver and a death maker. That's the problem. If you have very, very low sugar, it will absolutely come to your rescue and start breaking down proteins to make non-carbohydrate plasma glucose. The way it does that is by tearing up your muscles and your organ tissues, anything to keep you alive. So in that respect, it's pretty cool. But the problem is it also affects methylation. So when you're stressed, and one of the reasons I'm at the beach prior to a hurricane is because I have no fear. With no fear, you have no stress. If you want to get out of a stressful situation really fast, do this. Believe it or not, I talk about it in my next book, A Philosophy of Time Travel. But what it does is stress stimulates cortisol, fight or flight, fear response. Cortisol then starts changing the methylation on genes. And man, it can mess things up that way. Methylation on genes, too many methylations on the islands, the CBG islands, the guanine, phosphate, cytosine islands, which is where these methyl groups get plugged, can become overplugged with these methyl groups. Then you can't read that gene, you can't make that protein, you can't make that peptide, and you end up not being able to stay healthy. So one of the things about staying healthier is to have less stress. So during the year when you're not dry fasting, try to just say, okay, I can't figure this out, forget it. Just smile and just say, you know what? My brain will figure it out later, and stop thinking about the things that you're afraid of. You know, you'll last a lot longer if you don't frighten yourself all the time. You know, people I respect say that, you know, one of the problems with people is they invent the problems that they end up having, because Buki Pati Kalamu from 7,000 years ago, thought forms everything. Everything you think about, you create. And you can create stress if you worry all the time. If you worry all the time, you're going to have more things to worry about. If you don't worry, you're going to have wide open spaces ahead of your thought process to be able to create wonderful things and have a nice life and cross that bridge when you come to it. I mean, isn't that the key? If there's nothing to worry about except some blather on the idiot box, throw the idiot box out. You have to become cognizant of your world and how to survive in it better. And one of the reasons to do that is to dry fast, because it gets rid of many problems. Sure, it lowers cortisol. Sure, it lowers stress. But it also heals. So you're not sick. You're not on medications and all these pharmaceutical drugs that have all these effects. They, you know, they call them side effects, but they're just effects of the drug. And if you know anything about that industry, they're not there to help you out. So anyway, that's the idea. Dry fasting solves so many problems. It solves the stress, it solves the cortisol issues, it regenerates your stem cells, you get replacements for your dying somatic cells, so you don't wither away and waste away in old age. It's a wonderful thing. Oh, gets rid of parasites too. So you're not eating stuff that makes you sick. So anyhow, that's kind of the message today, is just calm down, relax, There's a hurricane over there about 600 miles off the coast about to hit Tampa again. What are the odds? And I have no fear. Because you know why? I'm smart enough to deal with the problems as they come. Not invent the problems so they do come. And that's really it. You know, trust yourself. You're the only person that's going to come to your rescue. Certainly not this government. So I wouldn't worry about anything. Enjoy the day. It's a little too choppy to go out there surfing today, but I'm expecting that when the thing passes over the state and the onshore breeze is cresting up those waves out there, it might be a good day to surf. Anyway, that's the plan. And if I don't get pulled into the ocean in this, things will be great. So look, don't worry. You got nothing to worry about. You're alive on planet Mirth, and it's all good. Want something really interesting? Look up Wallace Wattles and the science of being rich and the science of being great, and learn about yourself. Because see, along with so many others have said, you know, this whole universe we live in is really manipulatable by thought. So put some thought out there that you're not afraid of anything, and smile. Smiling activates endorphins and all kinds of stuff that completely lowers stress, puts you in a better frame of mind, and you can kind of look out and see the beautiful world we live in. And it is. Have a great day.